Hi, my name is Dr. Knott. This is Steve Jackson's Sorcery Part 4, and today we're in this room with 9 stamina, 11 gold, no food, per usual. And today we're going to try sneaking past these 2 birdmen. Let's go into the alley and crawl. Birdman, you are in the alley once more. Oh look, now I can jump all the way to the end. You are nearing the end of the alleyway and the guarded iron door. Another, rather narrow door is nearby. Leaning over to press your ear against the narrow door, you hear high-pitched murmurs through the old wood. Okay. You peer through a crack in the door. You see a low table scattered with feathers. No, we're not going inside there. We're going to get our jugular ripped out, probably. You try and shift your view, but there isn't much more to see. Definitely feathers. Let's not go there. Nope. Standing once more, you see that one of the birdmen by the iron door is watching you intently. He is no doubt on the lookout for the feared Onalander. The iron door is a large slab, guarded by 2 birdmen. They have seen you, but have yet to react. This door must lead into the inner fortress proper. See, here's the issue. If we don't do this properly, we're probably gonna die. You cast a sidelong glance at the guards by the far door, sizing them up. They are birdmen, tall, strong, with savage-clawed talons and beaks like pickaxes. One is missing a wing. They have seen you, but do not approach or call out, instead holding to their posts. It is most unnerving. From here you could slip into the narrow doorway, or approach the guards. Let's just go for it. Let's just go for it. I don't even know. You approach the iron door at the alley's end. The 2 birdman guards stiffen at your approach, gripping their halberds more tightly. You saunter by and reach for the door. The halberds snap down into a cross, blocking the way. Should we be forceful? I feel like maybe. Oh, I don't know. Get out of my way. The bird maid grips you by the arm. What? I don't like your tone. Let me pass. Your tone stops them in their tracks. Why? Who are you? That's not, that can't possibly work. See, this is the issue right now that I'm having with this game. It's one is certain death, one is probably not, but it's like a 50-50. If we don't, so here's, okay, so the pros and cons for each one. The pro for this one is they have never seen the Archmage, and we're so convincing with so much confidence that they have to believe us. Or they're like, no, you're not the Archmage. We know exactly what he looks like. You're dead. That's the pro and con for this one. The pro and con for this one, the pro is maybe we're intimidating enough that they assume we're someone very important by just being very direct, and like we don't have to I don't have to answer to you. I am someone very important. You cannot just ask me who I am, and I'm gonna tell you. The con is they're like, this guy is being rude, or he is trying to sneak in and he's not answering us straight. Get him. So let's go this one. Oh, damn it. I am the Archmage, you declare. The bird maid howls with laughter. The Archmage? No one sees the Archmage. What a crock. She continues to laugh, even as she slams the butt of her halberd into your groin, sending you flying backwards. You land on your back, the impact forcing the air from your lungs. You roll sideways, attempting to push yourself upright, but the bird maid prances forward to step on your wrist. You will stay down, she insists. The bird maid holds the blade of her halberd to your neck. Her companion rouses himself, rubbing his now cracked beak. Wait, what? Why is his beak cracked? Anyway, they truss you up and toss you through the iron door into the courtyard beyond. Okay. Oh my god. Once again, you are bound and hauled up the slope into the inner fortress. Eventually, you are dragged into the office of the commander of the guard. This is getting kind of annoying. I can't get past this guy. You are inside the commander's office, but it is empty, but for a couple of duty sergeants standing by the far door. Take him straight to the dungeons, one remarks. The commander can see him in the morning if he cares to. Alright. Once again, you are dragged carelessly to one of Volcom's cells, and plop. The guards grumble, but still drag you into the cell, leaving you bound. They strip you of your possessions, storing them in a chest near Volcom. Your captain's uniform is stripped from you. Okay. Same thing again? What's going on? You are now out of disguise once more. They leave without a glance back, and Volcom resumes her nap. I have to redo this now? We're back in the high open cells of Montpang. Chill winds. Explore the cell so we know exactly what we're doing here. There isn't much to the cell. It is not meant to hold prisoners for very long. Most likely they are quickly executed. You struggle vainly against your bonds, but they hold fast. But you have been this way before, so you waste no time in uncovering the bottle in the straw again and smashing it to cut your hands free. You pat down your pockets to find you still have Volcom's keys. You quickly unlock the cell door. This is interesting, because we have all of our stuff that we had before. Now we don't have to do that whole shebang, but... You creep down the hallway until you are near the sleeping Volcom. You grab a sword from nearby and run her through before she can fully awake. You exhale with relief. A few ragged prisoners look up as you pass. Their eyes are free of hope. You search the room and soon find the chest containing your possessions, which you unlock with the jailer's keys. Sitting at the bottom of the chest is a small pouch of gold, which you scoop up. There is nothing else of interest in the room. So, I have to remember now. What happened last time? We freed the prisoners, and there was like a kerfuffle outside, wasn't there? And I don't know if that was for the best. So let's just leave. Leave the other prisoners to rot and hurry out of the chamber. Suckers. I freed you last time, you're not coming out this time. You ascend the steps cautiously, but meet no resistance. The guards who deposited you are gone, and the path leading to the dungeon is deserted, for the time being. You have escaped the dungeon, but that may soon be discovered, and the fortress's denizens will be wary of you now. If you are captured again, you might not receive such indifferent treatment. You walk up the steps from the cells and go through the door, to emerge directly into the commander's office. Oh. The commander looks up at you sharply, so there are quite a lot of guards here. I am a friend of Celestine, you declare boldly. The commander narrows his eyes. What trickery is this? I met a woman called Celestine, you begin, looking at the portrait. She looked like that woman. The effect is immediate, as though the commander had been struck across the mouth. He collapses backwards into his chair. Get out, he murmurs weakly to the guards. All of you, clear the room. You hear me? Get out! The guards nod and leave, and you are left alone with the commander. He points with shaking fingers. Tell me, now. Just tell him. Celestine was in Kari, you lie. You met her? He seems stunned. She ran an inn where I stayed. The commander nods. She was always a gracious hostess. His eyes lower for a moment, and she mentioned me? Let's see. I'll say this. We escaped the flames of the city together, you begin. She talked of finding you. He stands and paces over to the window, looking out across the yard. Finally, he turns back to you. So, he asks, what should I do? Go and find her, of course. She's wandering the Baklands alone. His face turns white. Leave Montpang? He stares at you. The Archmage does not take kindly to traitors. You're a better man than this place deserves, you reply. Celestine told me as much. He all but snarls at you, but does not contradict. The commander is a man of honor. He nods sharply. And what do you want from me in return for this? Will you let me go? You demand. Of course I will, he snaps. Let's see, what do you know of the inner college, you begin? He shrugs. We don't go in there. There are things. Powers, forces, creatures. It's where magic was researched in the ancient times. Now, the magic has rotten into the stones themselves. Only the most powerful sorcerer, or the luckiest rogue, could survive it. Tell me how I can reach the Archmage, you ask. He's in the Sorcerer's Spike, the commander answers, not batting an eyelid at the question. There are those who think he's dead or asleep, but he's not. I've seen him watching us from his window, and the birdmen ferry messages now and again. He sighs, staring at the portrait once more. There is a clatter of armor outside the door. Guards are passing this way and that. You had better leave, he murmurs quickly. You nod and hurry away, sighing with relief. Your clues have been updated. Okay, so I'm just gonna leave into the yard? Where everybody probably is? So the abandoned college, the long abandoned rooms of the inner college of Montpeng are overrun by old magics. That's it, glyph 1. Okay. Alright, let's go out here and see how fast we can get captured. What? Why did I lose 4? You emerge from the commander's doorway. It must be... Oh, the night has ended. It must be morning by now. You had been awake all night and are weaker for it. This is the east side of a wide courtyard that sits below the Sorcerer's Spike of Montpeng. Guards mill this way and that. A short distance away, a wide set of steps lead up to the tower doors. An iron door leads south out of the courtyard, next to the commander's door. You crane your neck to look up at the Sorcerer's Spike. The very top is hidden from sight by the lower floors, which jut out and seem older and in worse repair. Despite the impressive doors at the top of the steps, no one goes in or out. These are the Throben doors themselves, no doubt. The place seems as closed off and remote as an island. The Throben doors. We have clues about that. The central tower of the Archmage is guarded by the fearsome Throben doors. Yeah, cool clue. Alright. Back here. Let's just go for it. You open the iron door. Ah! No, I don't want to go that way. Wrong iron door. The steps to the Sorcerer's Spike are right in front of you. There's nothing stopping you climbing them and taking a look at the Throben doors for yourself. Alright, I'll do it. Let's go take a look at the Throben doors. So these two little dorky... I can't even zoom in. Those little dorky doors are the Throben doors. You step out into the center of the square, nervous at how exposed you seem. The sun is beginning to lower. What? What do you mean the sun is beginning to lower? It just became morning. Oh, are we seriously almost at nightfall again? Oh, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die of being hungry. Okay, and the air begins to cool. Thick, oily smells drift from a building to the north. But the most impressive sight here is the deep, towering flight of steps that leads up towards a door in the inner tower itself. On the other side of the yard is a familiar large block of wood. What's so familiar about it? Oh yeah, that's where I got decapitated before. The block of wood is crisscrossed with incisions and stained a deep purple color. You recognize it well enough from the last time you were killed here. The executioner seems to have left his skull cap on the block. A patrol of guards tramps across the square and through the iron door to the south. Let's take it. You take the black skull cap from the block. It should serve for spellcasting. The steps are wide, black slabs of stone carved with ornate symbols. They rise steeply enough that no one, or that one could not run up them, and a shorter man than you might have to scramble. No one goes near them. Clatters and shouts emerge from a turret on the far side of the square. You must keep going. After nearly a month of walking, you have finally come in sight of your goal. The great sealed Throben doors stand before you at the top of the stairs. Okay, let's just go for it. I'm probably gonna get murdered on the steps. I'm like waiting for my death. You make your way to the base of the great steps that lead up to the Sorcerer's Spike. The sun disappears, heading towards the horizon. Or maybe it's because the sun is setting or whatever, because this building is so massive. You lift your eyes upwards to the famous Throben doors that protect the Archmage from Montpeng, or the other way around perhaps. They are impressive, certainly, but not seem fearsome. They have no teeth and no claws. Sha. Your heart is in your mouth. The inner sanctum lies within reach. It's not this easy. It's for sure not this easy. You make your way one by one up the enormous steps. The tower looms above you like never before. Each step is carved with a word in the oldest tongue, spelling out a message for those who approach the dark heart of Montpeng. What's the message? The message is spelled out one pictographic word at a time. One per step. Those who climb must comprehend. Enter, or else ne'er descend. The symbols chosen are unusual. They are all the same viewed from either direction. I'm not turning back. You steady your nerve and continue to climb. About halfway up, you are arrested by a shout from below. You! Where are you going? You turn to see a guardsman hurrying across the courtyard, waving furiously at you. Stop! Get down here, he exclaims. Without bothering to turn around, you continue climbing the steps. The guard shouts after you, but it seems does not dare to follow. You reach the top of the steps without incident. Oh my gosh. Let's see what we're gonna do here. You stand in the dim shade of the colossal doors, or by the colossal doors at the top of the stairs. The wind picks up as the evening draws on. Silence descends as though this was a quieter corner of the city than any other. Perhaps it is something to do with the doors themselves. Certainly a heavy magic exudes from them. They seem simple enough, if large. The large wooden panels are covered in ornate carvings. Someone has left a pack here by the door. Perhaps someone else tried to open these doors once. The pack lies discarded just to one side of the steps. It is a little charred. Gingerly, you flip open the pack. It seems safe enough. Inside are a few glass bottles. You lift the bottles out one by one, shaking them to identify their contents. It is a set of potions. Blimberry, blessed water, fire water. Take them. You stash each bottle and then step quickly away from the discarded pack. The carvings are of obscene, distorted figures, perhaps once beautiful but now warped and bent by fire. In the center is a single vertical stroke. Either an I or a 1. Let's take a look at what we just picked up. I know one of them... There we go. What does Potion of Fire do? Alright, we're drinking everything. Very wasteful, you quickly feel much better for it. Whatever. Fully healed, buddy. Probably gonna die, though. Yeah, let's just open the door. Ouch. You reach for the handle, quite sure that it cannot be so simple. A moment later, you snatch your hand back. The handle is blisteringly hot. Chance will not help you now, Analander, Effie murmurs. Now, or turn back. Let's go for it. There is nothing for it. You reach for the handle and grasp it firmly. The smell of fire that flows into your arm is fearsome and all-consuming. When you open your mouth to scream, a jet of flame shoots from it, and that is the last thing you see. You are boiled alive, but when the sensation fades, you find you are still alive, but somewhere else. What? You find yourself standing in the blackened ruins of a tower. Has the inner keep been destroyed? Or no, you are somewhere new. The sun lowers towards the horizon. It will be night soon. You look at the stones. They are blackened all over. Some seem webbed with holes, as though the very minerals inside had burned away. Whatever caused this explosion must have been many years ago, and yet smoke still rises, as though this was the cone of a volcano. The glyph you noticed before is still here. You ready yourself. This will be certain death, warns the goddess. Okay, hold back. You touch the stone experimentally, then snatch your hand back quickly. You have seared the flesh of your fingertip, and that cost me 1 stamina. What? You pick your way through the hot stones, but catch yourself a few times, obtaining light burns in the process. What in the hell? That transported us all the way over here? For the love. Alright. Well, I'm gonna head north. We're gonna continue this way and see what we can figure out. Because if this transports us here, maybe this will transport us inside the building. That's my guess. I have no idea. Alright, well, thank you for watching. Yeah, I don't know. I'll see you next time. Take care. Goodbye.